NBC Golf Channel, PGA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Players.
Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, coming to you from one of the game's most famous venues, the TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players.
And home of the Players too, the PGA Tour professionals that play the tour. They basically run and own this wonderful venue. It is their championship, and it's one that each one of those players playing here this week would want to win. It might not be considered a major, but the Players, it is their championship.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first.
Well, partner, you've been there. Final round, first tee, and you're leading. What's the mindset?
Well, Rich, you've got to try and keep away from what a lot of people do, which is one eye looking forward and one eye looking at the rear vision mirror. Right now, it's about getting off to a good, solid start. Put some space between you and the pack.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
That was well judged, wasn't it?
How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
That is classy.
Chance of going in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward. Safely on the dance floor.
Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field.
Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Down, little Sheba. Down! That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
This is an awkward length. Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Just a couple of feet. And drops it in. Now to the fifth. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass. And let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. And the solid play continues. Pretty good approach shot right there. And getting ready for the putt. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into the...
Good looking shot right here. Good clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Wow, what a birdie. Frank, what do you think of the seventh?
Interesting par 4 for two reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right, that makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. This has really been impressive. High level of golf today, putting on a clinic out there. That will be a great look at birdie. 12 feet still to go. No doubt about that one. That was struck with confidence. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Locked in on the read and the speed. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2. But you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. That is just a beautiful shot. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, there's been so much talk about big-headed drivers and long putters changing the nature of the game, but the hybrids have had a huge impact too, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've filled a gap in the game. They've given a smaller player or a player that's less powerful the ability to hit the same shot that only a stronger player could hit. A shot of around 200, 230 yards, it's going to fly high and stop. Normally that was only reserved for the most powerful players.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Safely aboard. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that took the 300-yard mark.
Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5. No shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at TPC Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it. I'm loving that balance.
Excellent position and just a huge shot. Now the second shot to the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Soaring high and diving in the cup. That's an eagle. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
Yeah, good old length, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. She is making it look easy. Another excellent approach shot. These putts keep the round together. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Could use this. A putt for par. Well done. And Frank, we always like when they have the whole location back left and that ball trickles down, feeds, and you can see some really good ones and maybe even an ace here.
Yeah, just like Mickelson a few years ago. Down there, it looked like it was going to flirt with a bunker, ran up and over the ridge, and in it goes. This is one where you have to play ground ball as well as high ball.
Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, it still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side, and of course if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
So close. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping away from that bunker, but that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Getting set now for the approach at the 15th.
Yeah, good looking second shot here, but you've got to be precise. Hardly a flat spot on this green.
Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This is an eagle putt. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. Now to maybe the most famous hole in the whole sport. It's the 17th here at the stadium course, the TPC Sawgrass. Frank, if you look at it on the card, it seems so simple. It's just 137 yards. For the best in the world, that's a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron. And yet, every year, we see nightmares galore.
And that's where you have to remind yourself what can and what does happen here. I normally cut the green in half here. It's 26 yards deep. So if you just take 13 yards off the yardage, you have 124 yards to the middle of the green. That has to be your target. This is no time to be a hero. You can still have a putt for birdie.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one? Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really challenging second shot here at the home hole, the 18th.
You have to be decisive going in here. You can see all the trouble in front of you. Water left, that mounding on the right. Neither place really is good to go. So somehow you've got to muster up your best shot.
Frank, this one needs to sit down.
Oh, it's got no chance, Rich. This is still going up.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
To win the Players' Championship. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a great putt and a great win.